tell Mama how good I did.
You tell Mama how good you did.
How great did you do?
So good.
Did
So
you?
good.
Knew I wanted to have kids, but it wasn't something that I put a focus on. I wasn't intentional about it. I was all about my career. And so, yeah, kids could be in the picture. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I got more intentional after we got married. We started fertility treatments first, about 2013. Yeah. I started first because I was older, it didn't work, and then Cheralyn started after that. It didn't work for her either. So then we started looking at fostering and adoption.
The first thing that happened was the hurricane in Haiti several years ago. So many kids were displaced and in orphanages, and I immediately called and said, what do we have to do? But they wouldn't work with same-sex couples. We found a local adoption agency, and they said they do not work with same-sex couples because that's not what moms who are placing their children want.
That was what they told people to hide their prejudice.
The agency we ended up going to did things differently. From the time we first called to the time we were matched was maybe 2 weeks. It went really fast. She was 5 months pregnant at the time. I remember the biggest shock of my life because, I mean, we went from having no kids to now having twins. Can you read louder, honey?
Hola, I'm Noah. This is my friend Bailey.
London is our extrovert. He talks a lot, and all he does every day is read. He wants to read books, he wants to read a magazine, he wants to read the vitamin bottle. He's really inquisitive and curious and hard to keep up with sometimes because he definitely has a lot of energy.
Mommy.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
Duke is the complete opposite of London. He's really into the arts. He loves dancing and singing, and we really try to honor their differences.
Absolutely. So we don't typically try to force much on them in terms of the things that they like. The requirement is that you do well in school and that you're a respectful human being. And if you like to dance, that's great. And if you like to read, that's great.
Okay, what's the first step?
What's step one?
Sauce.
There you go.
What's step two?
Cheese. I'm gonna see this.
Here, give Mama your spoon.
One time I was out walking with our kids and I came upon one of our neighbors. She adopted her daughter and she told me the name of her adoption agency. And I started sharing with her the story about that's who we went to first, but they wouldn't adopt to us. And she was horrified. She did a lot of volunteer work for them and a lot of marketing and things like that. So she immediately went back to them. Whatever kind of stuff that she raised, I don't know, but she came back to me and said they now accept queer families. This is why you have to have those conversations. And so I became an advocate at that moment without knowing I was an advocate. And to know that now this adoption agency accepts everyone, this is why we can't be quiet.
Absolutely.